My guest is Uda de Wet. She started teaching music when she was 15 years old and ballet not long after that. As a young adult, she completed a diploma in ballet teaching through Dance Academy of South Africa, as well as grade 8 viola through the Royal Schools of Music. She also started teaching self-defense. She is now married to her best friend Friedrich and is a stay-at-home mom to their little girl Katja. Ida, your parents were among the first families to home educate their children. What approach did they use?
Well, by the time I was in the schooling phase, they have passed the formal approach. I know with my sister they started with a program, and I think they even had a name for their homeschool. It was very early days then, but by the time I was in the schooling phase, we basically did a kind of a mix between eclectic and a kind of unschooling. So I would say it was interest led. So we did maths, and my mom read to us, and we read a lot. And for the rest, I could was able to just follow whatever I was interested in.
You studied music and dancing. What matric qualification did you obtain and how did you decide on your career path?
I did the GED. I did not do the SAT, the SAT, but it was before one actually needed to do the SAT to obtain university exemption. So but I didn't go to university. From the start, I knew I didn't want to go to university. I always said it would waste my time sitting around in classes because there wasn't anything on university that I really wanted to study. So I did a more practical kind of after school path. My actually I saw I both the music and the ballet was just because I was good at it basically. So somebody asked me, could I teach the music, and I started teaching a bit at when I was around 15, and then I started my music studio, and then a um a school where my sister taught. The lady there said if I could get my grade 8, she will appoint me as a music teacher there. So I decided, well, let's get a grade 8. And my ballet teacher needed someone to help her. So she said, get your ballet diploma and you've got a job. So I got my ballet diploma and I had a job. But I really love teaching. It's actually funny. I don't like either ballet or music that much, but I really, really, really like teaching. So I think it was a good fit in the end.
Yeah, it's good that you could follow your interest. Yeah, it's brilliant. So that links to my question. What would you say are the biggest benefits of the self-directed or interest-led approach to education?
So I think the biggest benefit for me was that, or still is, that I really love learning because learning never got a negative connotation for me. Um, I, well, except for now and again maths, most of what I learned was really something that I was interested in, and I wanted to learn it. And then that leads into the next point is I really believe that because I got a very broad education because I could follow my interests, because my interest jumped around so much, I really could dig into a very wide variety of subjects actually. And because I was so interested in that subject, I learned a lot in a very quickly. And then also the another very um, sorry, my English words is not coming right now. Another reason why I think it was very beneficial, that's the word I was looking for, is because it led very easily into my adult life. So because I was so interested in ballet and music at that stage, it just kind of, it just led into my career path.
Ida, you are also very involved with the home education alumni, and you keep a finger on the pulse of home education. How has home education changed over the past decade or two?
So I think the first thing that changed quite a lot is way back when there were very few homeschoolers. It was mostly quite weird people that homeschooled. My mom always tells the story that when people came to their home to ask them about homeschooling, they would, when the people drive away, they would look at each other, she and my dad, and they would say, you know, those are weird people. And then they would look at each other and they would say, the two people in the car is probably also looking at each other now and say, you know, those van Oostrums are weird people. So it was really, it was, but I think it was mainly because not a lot of people did homeschooling back then. And the people who did homeschooling was, they really did it because they were philosophically convinced that this is the kind of education that is best for the children. There was more philosophically orientated. Now I see a lot of people homeschooling for other reasons, not necessarily because they believe the philosophy of homeschooling is better necessarily than school education, but more um, because it's practical, or because there was a bullying incident in school, or um, yeah, for a very wide variety of other reasons. And then also because there's a lot more homeschoolers right now. Another big change is back then, well, it was weird. There wasn't a lot of people around to play with that was homeschoolers, so you mostly had school friends. And now it has grown so much. There's a lot of opportunities in the homeschooling environment itself. So yeah, there's so much curriculum and outings and social groups and so on. So that is a really big difference um, that I can see over the years.
You have a little girl now. Would you home educate her?
Definitely, yes. I can't wait to home educate her. I'm, I'm all day. I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do with her and what outings we are going to go on and which books I want to use with her. And but I'll have to see what she's interested in to actually make my plans, I think.
Follow your mom and dad's advice.
Yes.
Yeah, Ida, thank you very much for chatting with me.
Yes. Thank you, Anel.